More peak incoming. Remember me and hola. Hello, we got 3 people already. Let's go. Alright, so yeah, a bit of a surprise stream today, but you guys can thank Cool Monkey Official for asking. And honestly, I'm off for the week, so I might as well capitalize on the time I have. So, let's start with this. Yes, I got a proper preset. As far as the thing said, let me just double check. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that'll do. That'll do. We got underground. So let me just first off, I don't need this or this. Let me get some. What the hell is that? Mud? Huh. It's new. Should be interesting and useful though. Let me just repair what I broke. Alright. So, you are not racing. Get out of here. I wish I had that texture pack on my PC, but it's not available as far as I'm aware. Yeah, this is one of Nintendo's classic. You can only do this on Nintendo Switch systems because Nintendo does not like sharing the very looks of their IP onto other systems. Alright. So, yeah, as you can see, we've got a brand new fresh slate. Tunneler's Dream Super Flat. I've got Mario Circuit 1 all re-outlined, so now, and I've got the map up. So, as of right now, the goal is to just start chipping away at this. So, I've already kind of gotten a start on it, which means I'm going to need some concrete. I can also just ditch the stone. I've also got Mario Kart music playing in the background as I did last time. Hopefully it's loud enough, and if it's too loud, just let me know and I'll turn it down. I'll take gray, and I'm gonna need some light gray for the some road strips. So once again, as I was saying, like I think last time, SNES maps are easy because one tile like effectively amounts to 1 block. So I'm gonna need to just copy. I got the map up on my other computer, so let's see. Yeah, so let's start with the road right away. We're gonna have 1 line of gray concrete here. Whoops. Wasn't this texture pack also in the Wii U version of Minecraft? Yes. And 3DS, correct. Okay, so now we've got, whoops. 2 and 2. Okay, so that's all for the alternating colored lines past the finish line. From here, it's going to be a little bit of just figuring out how to make this as accurate as possible. I will be also making the starting line, obviously. So yeah, which Mario Kart titles are for the NES and Game Boy Game Color? There were none. Super Mario Kart debuted on the Super Nintendo. And while the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color did not have one, Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance was the first handheld Mario Kart. And yeah, being a debut on the Super NES in like 1992, I believe, or 1991, somewhere around there, it didn't quite make it to the NES. But we have pretty much had a Mario Kart on every console since the N64. We've had Double Dash on the GameCube, we've had Mario Kart DS, we've had Mario Kart Wii, 7 on the 3DS. Switch technically doesn't have its own I guess it's really hard to say. Don't you hate it when someone calls you out for the very behavior they let slide from other people? Yes. Like, Yes, absolutely. Let's see. So before it starts to turn immediately, we've got roughly 3 blocks of dark gray. Or regular gray, I guess. And then from the other side, a lot of unseen calculations on my end. I would wager, let's see. I'd say roughly maybe 3. No, 3 more going up, I would guess. Let me see. I know what I'm doing and how to do it. It's more or less actually like, yeah, I would roughly say 3. So another 3 for that, and another 3 of straight here. But it's gonna start slowly turning, and the diagonal is gonna look really awkward, but I'm pretty sure I can work with it. Draconic James, welcome aboard. I once had a former mutual who I cut ties with because of that and for other reasons. Yeah, that's another can of words. Fair enough. Yeah, like, honestly, upholding certain friendships over time can be hard. I don't doubt that. I will be 100% honest. I'm an introvert at the core. So for me personally, my thing is that sometimes I just don't, like, once I'm out of a certain spot, like, I haven't talked to a lot of people from high school in quite some time. So that's all there is with me. But again, as long as people are consistent with me, yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping a friendship going. Let's see. This is where things are going to get a little tricky, because again, the diagonal in Minecraft is awkward at best. But let me double check that, okay, so this strip is pretty much going to go all the way so that once it starts turning, it's going to go about up to here before straightening out. And let me see. That is roughly 2 tiles worth of dirt. So from this green part right here, 2 tiles of coarse dirt before we have the road. So this all the way to this will be a bit straight, but this is relatively where the diagonal needs to go up to. All right. I even tried to justify it by I want to keep my user profile clean, but they only called me out for swearing on their profile because I'm that one person. That's rough. Yeah. Yeah, the stream has just started. Yeah, honestly, I don't mind you guys sharing your personal stories, but if you ever feel like it just starts to get a little too heavy, don't, you don't have to keep going. Okay. Okay, let me just double check. How long does this section of road need to be? Okay, this is gonna require something a little bit different. Let me grab a few. I'm using the wall blocks to kind of gauge how many tiles things are. So that's 8. I would roughly say that's like looking to be like 11 blocks of concrete, to be honest. And that's starting from the first blue block. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's roughly about 11 blocks of concrete from here. So this is just to gauge a few things. Allie, howdy, I'm gonna be lurking for a bit. Sounds good. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that everyone's here though. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That should be roughly about it. And then I will do this like 10. I think this is the Mario Kart 8 version of Dino Jungle. In the aftermath of Wart's defeat and his subsequent banishment from Subcon, he went on to explain to a group of characters why he felt compelled to corrupt Subcon and its inhabitants. Unfortunately, even Donkey Kong struggled to make sense of Wart's backstory. I love that that is just the random topic right now. Okay. So, what we need to do is we need to connect that all the way to there. My friend just Discord messaged me about the way I say about. Could you imagine if real life animals evolved like Pokemon? Isn't that how we became, isn't that how we got from monkey? I don't know whoever believes in that. I apparently say about the same way stereotypical Canadian accents do it, so there you go. What's your favorite DLC in Crossworld? Well, technically that would have to be Pac-Man because Pac-Man's gotta be, like, that's the reason why I got the DLC, honestly. They say it with love. Of course. No worries. Hey, I'm a Canadian. I do the Canadian stuff. Screen Protector believes in evolutionism. That's fine. I wouldn't. I'm tricky. I don't really know exactly where my stance on evolution is. All right. So let's see. Let's go. Let me zoom out of my map for a little bit. Once. Okay, well, from this yellow part right here, that's roughly like, I would roughly say that's like maybe 3 things of coarse dirt before it starts hitting road. So that should be a good indication to start. It's a little closer. Let's do another 2. Well, actually, hold on. We might just be able to go... Holy jeez. Okay, hold on. That's not connecting very well. You know what? What I'll do... There we go. That should do it. You know what? Even that might look also pretty decent. Yeah, I think that should do. Do you like Tim Hortons? Yes, I do. I mean, I don't drink coffee, but their donuts are to die for. This might actually be a case where I might have to do a little bit more of lines of 2 like this, because this diagonal is not like this sharp. So we'll do this. Let's do a few too. How many coarse dirt blocks would I need by this red wall? That looks... Okay, so 4... I'd say that's roughly about 6 coarse dirt blocks. So let's do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. You do Canadian stuff except no hockey, so you make me teach you. Fair enough. Do you recommend Black Lion? Do you recommend Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel? Yes and no. If you were to stick with the easy difficulty, you should have absolutely no problem playing it. But it is a little bit more of a complex racing game when compared to Mario Kart. So I could recommend it. Just stick to easier difficulties, I guess. A wee bit awkward, but I might be able to make this work. There we go. That should do it. Weirdly enough, I had this dream during a period where I was questioning whether the hate Lysandre got was justified. Back when I mostly only knew things from the anime canon. Fair. I don't think I've ever left Great Britain in my life. Well, I've only left Canada a few times. I've been to the US like a few times to go to like places like Florida or New York and stuff like that. And I've been out to Holland and Jamaica. Well, Jamaica's like closer to the US, but like Amsterdam / Holland / the Netherlands, that's the farthest I've ever been from home. Oh, I've also been to Mexico. Yeah, I'm very much a homebody. I don't really like traveling too much, but the closer I am to home, the better. I've been all around Canada, except for like maybe the Cool Monkey Official. Why did I not get a notification? I'm subbed. That is odd, but welcome aboard. I left France to go to Portugal once. Fair. I'm assuming that means that you're from France. Alley Cat, I was in Canada for a solid 20 minutes when I was little. Fair. I traveled to the States more than countries. It's in a way that it's cheaper. Fair. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, people are just questioning the notification bit, and yes, Fan of Yoshi is from France. Well, lucky you. You've got a Mario Kart track in your city. Well, France is. I'm guessing France is the overall. Depends. Like it's in Paris. We've got Paris Promenade. Speaking of which, we've already addressed that tour tracks are going to be a nightmare to build. But again, this should make things a little bit easier, especially considering like tour tracks are, well, Paris Promenade's a relatively flat track. I can do the layout pretty easily. The layout will be easy. It's the details that'll be hard. Let's one step at a time. We got Mario circuits going. Oh, I was responding to the France thing. Yeah. Now with a flat world, this is so much easier. Absolutely. And I don't have to clear out things. Alright, so I'm gonna say we'll do this. We don't drink tea for every hour of the day, and we usually don't have double deckers where I'm from. Yeah, fair. I made sure I was prepared. I got a glass of pop and I got a water bottle with me. Okay. So once again, the aim here is that we're trying to get this diagonal section's likely going to be one of the harder bits. Let's see. You know what? Let's just see how this goes for the time being. I can fix it up if I have to, but I would say that this might be the move, just doing 2 blocks going upward. Hopefully it reaches where we need to go. I want to make sure I'm chatting with everybody just as much, but I also want to make sure I'm focusing on the work as well, because this track's never going to get done if I'm just reading comments the entire time. But at the same time, once I have a structure going, this shouldn't be too hard. I think what we can do is we can do another like this. So I think we might. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Let's do this in like this. Oh hell yeah, that Berlin byways, baby. And then no, we'll do This one will be 3 long as well. Then this will be 2. Perfect. See, there we go. So now we've got a rough outline of this road as a whole. So now this whole bit should actually be quite easy. Because the top half just has to follow in suit. So that's going to be 2, 2. There we go. All right, let's make some progress. Let's see, comments. All right, what are double-deckers? I believe they're buses. They're double-decker buses. They're buses with 2 floors. Go buses have some of those around here. What pop do I have? I just have a regular Coca-Cola, glass of Coca-Cola. Yeah, bus with 2 layers. In my Mario alternate universe canon, where most of Subcon's creatures were inhabitants whose minds have been corrupted by war, the little men were locked as a result of their resilience/defiance. By the way, what part of New York were you in? I don't think you've ever told me. Upstate or in the city? I believe the city. Wherever the Empire State Building's memorial is, okay, when I say memorial, I mean the 9/11 memorial, and wherever the Nintendo World Store is. That's where I've been. Because I know I've seen the 9/11 memorial. I actually think I have pictures of it from my 3DS. Yes, I took pictures of it using my 3DS. What are your favorite and least favorite provinces besides your own? Well, see, my thing is, I've only ever been to these places when I was very, very little. So how much I remember of the details is all over the place. Let's see. I think we can do this. Oh wait, let's do a 3 for progress. 3. There we go. That should look okay. Debatable. Let's try something different. 3. And then we can do 2. 2. I think that's a little bit better. It's a little fat part of the road here. What can we do to fix that? Maybe what we can do is instead we'll make this a 3. I don't know if that's much better, actually. It's right here. We need to do something about this. Maybe what the move is to instead do that. And then that? It's looking a little bit better. I am the bringer of chaos. I aim to distract you. I've done it before on stream and I'll do it again. Yes, you have. Don't think I've forgotten that 1,000-year door moment when you made me screw up an entire action command. Whilst Roberto and Fry Guy were purely byproduct of works machinations? Does anyone else think Koopa City's soundtrack is a banger? Yes! City, yeah, I think that's Lower Manhattan, going there for a concert in a few months, but I gotta take the train. I hate driving through New York City, screw that noise. I was proud of that distraction. I'm gonna be 100% honest, I believe for me personally, driving in New York City is a Canadian equivalent to driving in Toronto. We don't do that. At least I don't. I think what I gotta do is I gotta do that. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah. That looks pretty okay. Hey, don't get too comfortable, guys. I'm breaking this whole grass bit apart. Look, cows, sheep, every animal. Look at how much space you have. Why are you all congregated in here? I'm gonna question that one. They've got all this infinite space and they're choosing Mario Circuit 1 to start farming. It's like, bro, this grass is the grass. Look, they're probably looking at me like, look at this noob who hasn't touched regular grass in his life. Bro, what do you mean? I'm touching Minecraft grass. It's fine. It's the same thing. It's not. But, you know, I'm defending myself. If you had to live in a Mario Kart track, which one would it be? The animals want to be a part of it. They want to help. Well, if they can break the blocks that aren't the ones that I'm placing down, I would probably be more okay with that. If I were to live in a Mario Kart track environment, oof. I'm going to be 100% honest. This might sound cliche, but at the same time, I don't think I ever hear people talk about this track. Wii's Mario Circuit is possibly one of them. Like, I love the Toad Town inspired setting. If I were to say anything about Wii's Mario Circuit, I would say it's the most, like, it's the roomiest. It looks the nicest. It's like one of the only Mario circuits that I can think of that actually has a town to it. Of course, you've also got places like Crown City, which would also be pretty cool for me. I'm not much of a country guy, obviously, so, like, I'm looking at cities. I would only pick Neo Bowser City if I really wanted to be under the rule of a tyrant. And I would only pick some place like Wario's Gold Mine if I was technically considered a slave. Because we all know Wario would put me to work and he would not pay me for it. Me personally, the American version of Mario Kart names are better. What kind of name is Melody Motorway? I kind of think that's a little bit more of a creative one. It's like, I personally think Alpine Pass is a better name than Rock Mountain. But Melody Motorway sounds really cool. Wario's Galleon and Wario's Shipyard is kind of both sound pretty cool to me. Some kid in my geography class said that the hardest rock in the UK was bedrock just because it was in Minecraft. I mean, that sounds like a kid thing to say, if I'm gonna be honest. Kids nowadays only know Minecraft and Fork Knife. Me, I'm an intellect. I know a lot. I know... Now, you know what? I'm gonna say this. We have reached a point where we are made fun of. I was made fun of as a kid for playing Nintendo games, and people say it's for babies. And yet, here we are in an era where most kids are playing Fortnite at the age of grade school. Okay, so I want you to tell me, what's really the kids' game? I'm sorry, but if your kids are playing Fortnite, doesn't that make Fortnite a kid's game? Yeah. Here's the thing. Nintendo games, they're for adults. Deal with it. I said it. I said it on stream. Fortnite is the game that kids play, ergo, it's a kid's game. Kids these days, I grew up on Minecraft and I'm 27. I'll cry in a corner now. Hey, what do you mean? I'm 30. And I don't know when I started playing Minecraft, if I'm gonna be honest. The kids that play Black Ops 3, facts. Gen Beta will never live a world without AI and brain rot, unfortunately. Fortnite has an ESRB rating of teen. Yeah, and people still ignore it. The same people who also ignore the Call of Duty and Halo ratings. We live in an era where people are just going to play what they want, and, well, I don't know. How common is it to find a parent who's going to care? On the road again. Sing it with me, Shrek. I can't wait to start building the road again. Oops, I demolished it. I started, like, on New Year's, me and my brother and our friends were, like, starting to watch Shrek. I think we got, like, halfway through it before the countdown started, and we all just kind of, like, my brother's friends went home, and, I needed to retreat. Matt can only do so much for social activity. That's why, work wears me out so easily. Not just because it's social activity, but because it's a lot of, micromanaging, and I don't like it. It makes my job very hard. I think I started playing Minecraft since 1.5. I played it about, Ali, I probably played it about 2012, the good old early days. Yeah, I do remember the good old early days. I don't know when I started playing, but I don't know. Closer to that era sounds pretty reasonable. I guess it really all depends on how old some of my Minecraft screenshots are. That might indicate something. I've been addicted to Endermen ever since. Fair. And the people who say that they are 18 plus on websites, ticking random boxes, yep. Ghost with the most, welcome aboard. I can't remember you ever streaming on a Monday. Yes, thank Cool Monkey for this one. I'm gonna be honest, with this being my week off of work, I have more availability to kind of make these decisions, and I'm not completely burnt out from my job. That's kind of one of the reasons why I don't do too much on the weekdays after work, other than get my daily episode out, because I'm just so exhausted. I don't want to hear anyone tell me that working in a fast food restaurant is easy. It's not. It's hard, it's painful, it's, in my case, irritating. So, yeah. Let's all just stick with the fact that there is no such thing as an easy job in life. There's only jobs you can possibly make fun for yourself. Like this. If I could do this for a living, that would be amazing. I talk to people, I make people, like, happy, I get to play some games, and I get to make fun of things, I guess? I get to do funny stuff, I guess, funny moments. Minecraft funny moments where, I don't know, someone builds the Twin Towers? Was that funny or not? Are 9/11 jokes outdated? Are you gonna finish Metroid Prime this week? Not entirely sure. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming as much. Like, I might stream more this month, but it's entirely dependent on how my work week goes. But we'll see. If I don't finish it this month, next month I will definitely do my best to finish up as much as I can. But, like, again, this one is mostly because Cool Monkey convinced me. Also, I might as well capitalize on this project while it's in my head. So, let's do what we can. By the way, I would like to share, I've already managed to make a few updates on my community posts and all that, but as of right now, follow-up video 4 for the Mario Kart World map is recorded. A lot of changes have been made, so look forward to that. However, I do want to get episode 4 of the Community Chow Garden done first before I upload that. So I'm going to try to spend more of my weeks working on that. And I also have a channel update that I recorded today, so I'm going to also try and get that up within the week. I'm keeping myself busy. This is definitely I want to progress on my channel a little bit before I go back to my usual stuff. Because, like, once work hits again after this week, I don't know how much motivation I'm gonna have because again, my job sucks. So I'm gonna use this week to the fullest and get as much as I can done before I'm back to the grind. In fact, I'm playing Minecraft right now. There. I have made it a personal mission to never work fast food. I've been in most every other retail, but fast food, hell no. Valid. To make a good joke, you gotta get the timing right. That is fair. So I guess I'm how many years late for a 9/11 joke? Or is that one of those things where it ages better the farther away you are from it? Or is it a thing where it's not a joke at all? Look, the scene of Toy Story where Woody says we missed the truck and Buzz says we're not aiming for the truck, that dictates that there are some people out there who go the extra mile with terrible dark humor. Making fun of Canada isn't outdated, so I don't see why. Which these days ain't too easy. You know what? That's fair. Making fun of Canada is also pretty easy. You want to know what else is very easy? Making fun of the US. It's not my fault, you guys. It's not my fault that you guys decided to make your joke the president. Screen protector, and I'm going to build a track. Not a big map, just next to each other. Fair enough. They say to never forget. How could one forget a good joke? As an American, near the site itself, people use humor to relieve the stress of disasters. Fair. Americans make fun of Americans. Let's be real. Yep. Another good thing about a good joke is learning to laugh at yourself. So if you can laugh at yourself, you can laugh at just about anything. Of course, I also respect limits. If there's something that someone does not want to joke about, by all means, I will not joke about it. There are some things in my life I don't want to joke about. Because maybe they were a little scarring, and if anyone's going to make a joke about it, it's going to be me, and it's going to be said once and only once. I can name at least one topic in my life that I don't really want to make too many jokes about, but it also depends on my mood. Oh, I hear someone coming through my door. I guess my brother's home. Which means there might be a reminder of some kind of, I don't know, disease-ridden pill that I need to take. This is literally what I do with Minecraft. I just break, build, and eventually progress is made.
Hey, your anti-pill pills have arrived.
Pills? Pills here!
Your anti-pill pills have pilled.
They're pills. Got your
That's
pills
supposed
here.
to be dirt.
It's coarse dirt.
That looks way nicer than any dirt Minecraft could ever have made. Also, the fact that the sheeps are Koopas is a little unnerving.
I think the sea turtles are also Koopas.
Which makes sense because they're turtles. That is a sheep. So when you like shear it, you get like a shell. Confused.
You just get a beached Koopa.
Touche. Also, change your damn skin.
Someone does not approve of the Minecraft or the Among Us sweater. Amogus. Mario Maker Fanatic, hello. Tell your brother I said hi. Your brother is a riot. Well, if he comes back into my room for any reason, I will make sure to relay these messages. Or maybe he can even join the chat. I hope he can hear this. Thanks, you're a big help. But I need coarse dirt, not regular dirt. What are you looking at? Stare down with a sheep. Yep, now I've done everything, I guess. Alright. Well, we're making some solid moves. Look at this. Yeah, this is the one thing. It's just a lot of this. Maybe we should go back to the track soon instead of working on the dirt. But the dirt's also a part of the track, so... Ooh, I don't like that. There we go. Backgrounds are also going to be interesting because it's like, how much of a background do I use when I'm going to be making roads that connect everywhere? I'm also going to guess that hopefully my follow-up video ends up coming out before I make too much progress on this, because there are a lot of changes to that map that are going to be reflected into this Minecraft server. I also have to think about the insanity of doing this alone, so the thing is, I'm using this Mario texture pack, so it's not like people on other consoles are going to be able to join me anyway, because Nintendo's like, no. Xbox users are not allowed to have a Nintendo experience. Buy our system first before you have fun with us. Nintendo's the overprotective parent of video gaming. They're the kind of person who's like, okay, Mario, you can go outside so long as you wear this, like, unless you wear, like, 5 thick jackets on a day where we might see a light snowfall. Oh, and don't forget all your track pants. And don't forget to wear track pants, like 2 layers of snow pants. Be sure to bring a lot of medication just in case you start sniffling in the cold. And wear thermal underwear. Oh, and a hat, a very thick hat underneath a hood, like 3 hoods. Has this joke gone on long enough? No, it hasn't gone on long enough. You also need the thickest boots imaginable with at least 2 layers of socks. And mittens that maybe are the size of boxing gloves. And promise me, the moment you start sniffling, you'll come right home. Because we don't want you interacting with the Xbox and PlayStation kids. Oh yeah, and you're also going to be in a classroom of like just you, so that you're not interacting with other people. How do I always miss the notifications? How's progress going? Okay, Poggers, welcome aboard. If you would like to see, we have started a brand new server, and we've got a bit of the road for Mario Circuit 1. I've just been kind of chipping away at the dirt. I can help, Cool Monkey. That would be... Again, I want to think about the idea of getting people to help, because one thing is, I work with people, not people working for me. But I also have a very specific way I want to do things. So I don't know how well that mixes with the idea of being a project leader. So we'll figure something out like that. Oh, for follow-up 3. Oh yeah, I forgot we switched to a super flat. Looks cool so far. Awesome. I'll use shulker boxes for SNES maps since I can't access the texture packs. Yeah, that honestly would work. Get some colored for the blocks. I just think it's perfect because with this texture pack, the blocks look like pretty good stand-ins for the Super Mario Kart style walls. Alright, I'll do this row of dirt and then I'll go back to the road for a little bit. Ideally, like, honestly, if I stream for as long as I did last time, it's quite possible that I could get Mario Circuit 1 finished. I decided to try this concept since I love it so much. I just finished Mario Circuit 1 and I'm very proud of it. Yo, let's go! You did it faster than I did, but then again, I also had 3 hours that amounted to very, very little. It's a good thing I have these drinks with me. Okay. Let's see. I also have to remember there's the red and white strips along some of the corners. Okay. So the straight, I would say, let's see, the straight of road starts and ends around, or it ends around the second yellow. At least on the bottom. So let's do that. And then this does look a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that, and that. I'm just gonna make yeah, that should do it. That should... We'll see. In any case, this goes to about... Yeah, here. Whoops. And then it's going to start turning to a straightaway right here. I drew many maps of Mario Kart tracks in one map before Mario Kart World. Nice. I'm still working on Lunar Colony. It's starting to look pretty nice. Awesome. Honestly, if I ever open up a community stuff for you guys, I would be down to see your projects. I don't know why, but my PC doesn't have Microsoft Paint. It has Paint 3D though. Yeah, mine didn't come with it. I actually ended up downloading it. You should consider making some sort of community where people could Well, you're. I guess I read your comment a little too late there, buddy. You are correct. I should definitely start doing that, especially if people are going to be very involved. Okay, so let me see. This straight, yeah, this is about as far straight as it'll go. Wait a minute. So then that means I overshot a little bit. I think. Did I? No, wait, I'm confused now. No, I didn't. If anything, starting from the next yellow block on the wall, it's gonna start going downward a little more. Okay. Let's do this. Because at the second green, I think it's, yeah, roughly about this point, it stays straight on the top. And now we're gonna start going down a little bit. That's some Wario's gold mine if I ever heard it. I just like mining and exploring. I have no building skills. Hey, you know what though? That's the beauty of Minecraft. You could do whatever the hell you want to do. If you suck at building, then, you know, the world is your oyster. Explore. Do that. I'm more of a creative builder myself. But, my brother, you should see some, like, my brother makes a mean house. Okay, what I want to do actually right now is I want to figure out how many blocks it'll be. So the straightaway would roughly start around the first green block right here, or the last one. So I would wager we're looking at roughly 5 patches of, or 5 blocks of coarse dirt. Yeah, roughly, yeah. So I would say that's 5 patches of dirt, and then some of the red and white strip. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be the start of the red and white strip. That's going to, like, kind of just rotate around or curl around up until, like, maybe around that area. I really want to show my projects. Dude, absolutely. Maybe after, you know what? Hold on. Let me get up my YouTube real quick on my computer. Poggers, I've also been trying my hand at some intermissions, and I'm surprisingly having more fun making those rather than actual tracks. You know what? Maybe that's where Nintendo's approach to the idea came from. Maybe they had a lot more fun making the intermissions than people would have racing on them. Legit only go into creative to stock up on ender pearls to stick to my shtick of being an enderman. Fair. Alright, let me just quickly go to my channel and see what I can do about community. Maybe it's under my profile? Let's go to my YouTube videos. Customize channel too. Let me try that out. Ooh, community. Here we go. Oh, this is just other people's comments on my posts and videos. might have to view this later. Fan of Yoshi is still here. Good. Good to know. Cool Monkey Official. I only go on creative to have infinite resources, and that survival is annoying. Fair. Will you be adding like every detail, like the coins and question mark blocks, or is it just the roads and stuff? Well, I'm gonna start with the roads for now. I don't think I'll put coins on the road. I might do the item panels for SNES tracks, but we'll see about that. Poggers, for red and white outlines, I use carpet. I think it works well. I also use yellow carpets for coins and question mark blocks. Yeah, fair. Wait a minute. What does the crafting table from the top also look like a question mark block or no? Where have been? It's not. Damn it. And I don't think you could put those sideways. That would have been perfect, but no. Well, I mean, technically speaking, I could use bedrock, which is like an empty block, because once you run over them, they become empty blocks. So technically I could use that, but we'll see. One thing at a time. Gotta go, dinner soon. Alright, Black Lion, hopefully I'll see you later. What is your favorite music track in Mario Kart? I think I answered this last time, but I'll say it again. Neo Bowser City is like top tier and freaking peak. Okay, so let me just double check. I need to see how many, so we're roughly about here. So that's 5. The road itself is roughly about 10 blocks going sideways. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So now we can connect this a little bit easier. Yeah, that should do. That looks pretty good. I can't even open Microsoft Paint with Windows PowerShell. Yeah, that's the one thing I dislike about updating. Like, bro, what if I want to use some of this old stuff? Microsoft Paint, for me, is still very useful. So, like, I don't know, don't go telling me to just stop using it because you can do better. Your better does not always necessarily work to cater to my abilities. So, deal with it. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, we'll do that. 3, 2, 1, 2. That's also 3, so let's start doing 2. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Nice. All right, I'm content with that. I am very confident that we can probably get Mario Circuit 1 done within this stream, and I might even be able to start outlining Mario Circuit 2, which honestly is going to be a lot of fun because I can't wait to make the connecting roads myself. You know what, chat? You guys are asking me the questions. How about I start asking some questions too? What are your favorite Mario Kart music tracks? And yes, if you say Coconut Mall, I will not judge you, but like, I don't know, maybe think about something a little more creative than the meme. I'm sorry, no, that was rude. Anything is viable. I know Coconut Mall's popular, but I tend to just kind of throw those kind of gags and sharp comments around about that one. But no, list off anything. I'm not going to judge you no matter what. Cool Monkey Official. Berlin Byways. Yeah, let's go. I just went to have a drink. I missed some of the stream. That's okay. If there is in the community, I don't think I'll be allowed to share any photos. Damn. Sherbet Land and Coconut Mall. Fair. Ali, I haven't played Mario Kart, any Mario Kart thing since Wii. And that was a casual gaming, so I have no voice in this. RIP. Well, you know, With me, you will 100% get your Mario Kart knowledge. In fact, in this stream, you will get your Mario Kart knowledge. Just to troll you. Thank you, fan of Yoshi. Draconic James, 3DS Rainbow Road, valid. Poggers, mine is for sure the OG Cheeseland. Sweet. Mario Maker Fanatic. My favorite is Koopa Troopa Beach and Mario Kart World. Valid. I'm assuming you mean Mario Kart World because I know Koopa Beach, neither Koopa Troopa Beach of N64 or the renamed Koopa Beach 2 is in Mario Kart Wii, so I'm just going to guess that you mean World. Goomsalotl Piranaplant Pipeline. Oh, I like that one. I like that. That's a good one. Cool Monkey also says Toad's Turnpike. Hell yeah. OG Toad's Turnpike is also one of my favorites. I also do love Berlin Byways myself. Screamer Protector, I think it might either be Moonview Highway or Koopa City. Valid. Ali Fairtrade, I teach you stuff. This is the repayment. Valid, yep. Poggers, Singapore Speedway is my second favorite. So peak. Absolutely. Honestly, like, Tour had some damn good music tracks. Let's see. So the outline, or the rim will go roughly... Yeah, I could probably make something work of this. So let me get... I think what I'll... Whoops. Hey, I need you. Let me just store... I'm going to store the grass block in my inventory for the now. And I'm going to get out the white terracotta that I use. Where you at? There you are. Alright. I should probably put this right beside the red so that I don't have to, no, not like that. There we go. I like to whistle every once in a while. Music honestly just does that. I mean, that's what music is kind of for. Plus, it's hard to not love, like, Mario music is generally pretty good. I would not sell it as high as Sonic music. I think, especially within the early 2000s, or even, hell, mid-2000s, anything from, like, 2000 or 1990 to 2010, Sonic music just hits so good. I thought Mario Kart Wii's is just Mario Kart. Oh yeah, no. Well, I always do the shortest of abbreviations, so I often do MKW for Mario Kart Wii. But now that we've got two of them that have the MKW abbreviation, it's hard. Toad's Turnpike deserves a spot there for sure. Yeah, Maple Treeway is also really good vibes. Yes, absolutely. I just finished the uppermost line of Mario Circuit 1. Attaboy, keep it going. I think that should be just about good for the strip there. We do have a lot of dirt to fill in, but I think what I should do is I should just keep going with the road for a bit. So now we've got a nice long straightaway that shouldn't be too hard to do. And it goes all the way down to this block right here. So that's about 2 blocks of coarse dirt. Another part of the road strip. I'm gonna make it white, because why not? And then road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what makes this interesting is that we're gonna have to start alternating between the light gray concrete as well. Which is good because once I'm done with it here, I'm only going to need it for the straightaway over there, so I think right now it's as easy as just going straight up. I like to do this first just to have the whole inside, like, you could start seeing the shape come out really nicely. Alright. Here's your, here, Ali, here's your Mario Kart lesson. Super Mario, or Mario Circuit 1, the track that I am currently building and the track that we have been referring to, is the very first Mario Kart track in Mario Kart history. On the Super Nintendo Mushroom Cup, it's the very first track. It's where Mario Kart effectively began. So there's your history lesson. I'm gonna make sure, it's all alternating. Ooh, hey, wait a minute. Something's not right here. I'm off. Oh no, you know what? That's like one coarse dirt block. Okay, no worries, we can fix this. It's just a matter of destroying all this. That's okay though. It's bound to happen. Mistakes will be made, but it's best to catch them now rather than later. That's gonna drive me bonkers. Okay. So let's try this again. If there's going to be any really easy track to make, it's going to be SNES Rainbow Road. I've already mentioned that a few times. But I would like to get a majority of this map done before I start worrying about outer space. Especially considering that those are, aside from SNES and maybe the remix tracks and maybe GBA, Rainbow Roads are going to be hard to build. The roads themselves are multicolored, and most of those are not even all that friendly to begin with. It's like, how do I make a road that just kind of changes color as you're driving on it? It's like they're all going to have to be like, whoops. They're going to have to be designed a specific way. Let me get to some comments. This is 100 times more entertaining than the last stream since it's not just breaking everything. Valid. I made Mario Circuit 1 a while back and yours looks way better. Thank you. Draconic James, what's your favorite battle course? It's a good question. I would say that N64 Skyscraper is high up there. Let's also make sure I'm not going too far with the light gray. So the light gray would start roughly about this blue wall right here. Sheep, what the hell are you doing? What color are you? Why do you have pink shoes? Are you a pink sheep? I don't know. You know what? No more questions. Third. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and it's also gonna, the coarse dirt's gonna start. There we go. So this is roughly where the last gray bit ends, and that's literally right where we stopped. So good timing. All right. So now we can fully make this straightaway. Wait, can you show a quick overview of the whole thing? I want to compare. Yeah, just give me one quick second. Let me just fill in this part of the road. Yeah, I would say, okay, I want to put up some contenders for my favorite battle course. Skyscraper is 100% up there on the grounds that, like, it was one of my favorite N64 battle courses when I was a kid. Big Donut would also probably be a second. But, yeah, I would have to go with Skyscraper. Lunar Colony is up there. Block Plaza from Wii I did also really enjoy because I liked racing with my Miis and seeing how the Mii heads get replaced, or the heads on statues get replaced by Miis. So I like to play on that one. Yeah, I would have to say those three are like standouts. Here, Poggers, if you want to have a look at how the map is going overall, it's looking pretty solid. I usually make the Rainbow Roads out of stained glass or wool. Yeah, like some of them will be, road-wise, some of them will be easy. N64 is not going to be that hard to color or style. I think Rainbow Road will be hard because of the alternating colors on the path. It does take a little bit, but it's actually not that hard. Like SNES Rainbow Road will be easy on the grounds that each colored tile is literally one block. I think last stream I did show it off, so SNES Rainbow Road will be easy. The only hard thing I can think of for the remix Rainbow Roads is literally just finding the models for them. That's going to be the troublesome part, because I don't know where I'm going to find those. And unfortunately, Mario Kart Tour is not free enough for me to explore the tracks on my own. You're kind of always moving. I'm going to move, bud. How did I get on that guy? Bro, I'm not ready to race just yet. I haven't even finished the track. Get off the llama. Alright. Dirt. Poggers, I've also been making some Mario Builder 64 levels recently, if you know what that is. I feel like I do. Wasn't that like a fan project? I feel like that was a fan game. Honestly, I feel like I did see Game Explain cover that at one point, so it's like, dude, like that looks cool. Here's the question I have, is like how much, when fans come up with an idea, does that block Nintendo from using it? I would imagine it can't because it's their IP and it's their decision to make it. But I could also be like, see them like, oh, well, they can't just like take ideas that other people have and then pass them off as their own, because that's still the same idea as plagiarism, even if you own the IP. If anything, it's kind of a dual sense of plagiarism. It's like, I'm building all this, but I don't own these tracks. I thought of the idea of putting every single Mario Kart track onto one map, but they're not my tracks, so it's a confusing bit here. I don't know what to say about it. In all seriousness, though, there are many Mario Kart tracks that I love, but those were the first two that popped into my head. Fair enough. I said Coconut Ball, so I set myself up for that one. It was either that or someone was going to say it first anyway, so I think it was inevitable. Poggers, it looks almost exactly like the actual thing and mine. Good job so far. Thank you very much. I think the idea of building your own 3D levels is just like Mario Maker, but in 3D, so they'll probably use it anyways. Yeah, honestly, I would love to see it. I would love to see what we could do with a 3D Mario Maker. I feel like it would be complicated, but I don't know. That's maybe just coming from some guy who knows nothing about coding. That's my thing. I want to create these kinds of things, but I have no experience in game development, so I just don't think I'm capable. I can draw, and that's where I believe that I could be a strength, and that I can do character designs, enemy designs, location designs, but I wouldn't be able to actually code and model them. That's the thing. This is the best I can do. Minecraft. Yeah, pretty chill so far. Definitely better than the last stream, which is I think though that the last stream was necessary because without the last stream we wouldn't be here. If I didn't even do the last stream the way I did it, I don't think we would be in this stream the way we're doing it now. Then again, if I'd known this before I started the last stream, we'd probably be further into this. Kinda. I did get a little bit of an extra start with the inner walls that I didn't do in the last stream. So, a little bit of cheating, but I don't think anyone's gonna care about that. It's the walls. Oh, did I miss one of your comments? Let me see. Oh. Cool Monkey Official, I've used something called Epic Edit. You can build your own SMK tracks. One time I remade Mario Bros. Circuit. I think I'm the first one to do that. Solid. Mario Maker fanatic, please Nintendo, I'm dying. Yeah. Alley Cat, I do. Coding sucks and building games is a pain, but being stubborn and determined helps. See, that's my problem. I'm stubborn and determined as far as my motivation goes. The moment I lose that motivation, my drive follows, and then things just get shoved to the wayside, and then I start new things, and then they also start to get incomplete, and it's not a good feeling. It's kind of why I'm trying my best not to put too much on myself, because I want to actually make projects I would fully commit to. Which is again why I'm saying that this project needs to be taken with a grain of salt, because we'll go as far as I can, but I can't promise that it's going to be safe. It's going to be safe. This is something that would take years to finish. Hell, we're getting one track done in the course of like maybe a stream and a half. If we were to, and this is a SNES track, there's no way I would be able to do fucking Mount Wario in one stream. Hell no. Thing's massive. "3D level / game design was a required class back in community college for me." Damn, that must have been hard. I can't imagine. Oh hey, my stream's not even live. I wasn't even playing. Goomsalotl, what's your least favorite track of all time? Music-wise? Okay, I'm gonna split this one up a little bit. Wild Woods with the front-running beats sounds terrible. Awful. Like, I'm sorry, like, the front-running beats ruined that track. Like, Racetrack, I would obviously have to say Cheap Cheap Lagoon, I've said that before, but music track, it's really hard, because, like, regular Wild Woods is fine. Front-running beat Wild Woods is terrible. Without the front-running beats, though, like, without qualifying stuff like that, like, that's a hard one, because, like, oh, I really don't like Mount Wario's music. I don't care for Daisy Hill's music. Those two would probably have to be contenders. Sorry to any fans of those. Poggers, I really hope G-Wall doesn't start streaming tonight, since I really want to watch this stream. Conflicting streams are going to be a problem, aren't they? Alley Cat, see, that's why it took me years to get back into animation. The motivation never hit until recently with the video I showed you as I worked on it. Valid. Yes, if you guys can tell, me and Allie are pretty close. We're pretty close friends. Would you rather be Peach or Rosalina? Why are you asking a Daisy fan that question? Mario Maker fanatic, what's your favorite track of all time, of all Mario Kart? Toad's turn, buddy. Screen Protector says Rosalina. Cool Monkey Official, what's your favorite circuit course? Ooh, you guys are getting into some good questions. Let's answer them one at a time. Okay, so not only are you asking a Daisy fan if you would rather be someone other than Daisy, but you're also asking a fan of Daisy who's also got very low opinions of the other two. On one hand, I am a literal damsel in distress that is being targeted by a mutated fire-breathing turtle every other day of the week, getting possessed by a demon after being kidnapped by a society of whatever the hell the X-Nauts are. I just realized that Peach has one thing going for her that would probably make me turn to Rosalina really fast, but Rosalina also has a very similar situation that would turn me away immediately. Okay, so let's cover that. Rosalina was possessed by Cursa in the Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And Peach was brainwashed by Count Bleck in Super Paper Mario to marry Bowser. I want everybody to know that mind control / brainwashing is my biggest fear in all of history, like fiction and non-fiction, which makes me really glad that it's not a real thing. Or at least not in the sense that fiction puts it. So you have to understand that both of those situations would be terrifying. And it makes me sincerely question a lot. If I'm going to say anything, I'm gonna go with Rosalina, which would go against everything I've ever said in 2013. On the grounds that possession is a little bit better than being full-on controlled. At least in that case, it's not me being responsible for those actions, it's another being taking over my body. Which is unsettling, no less unsettling, but slightly better than the alternative. So, now if I want to steer away from the idea of whatever my worst fear in history is, I'm gonna have to go with a few other things. Rosalina's got some pretty damn good powers. Powers that Peach can only wish of with the help of Starlo. Rosalina's also better looking than Peach, but that's a shallow answer, and I would rather not dive into that. But as someone who does like to wear dresses every once in a while, frequently, and wear skirts, like, literally every day, bro, Rosalina's tennis outfit is adorable, and I'd take that over Peach's any day. Moving away from the shallow bit, though, Rosalina's got some hella powers, so kind of got to go with that. And honestly, I'd take someone with a kidnapping record of like 0 to 100. How many times has Peach been kidnapped versus how many times has Rosalina been kidnapped? At least Rosalina can hold her own. Okay, so I think final answer is going to be Rosalina, as much as 2013 me is going to come into the future and bitch slap me to hell, but sorry, that's just the way it goes. Alright, circuit course. Okay, that's got contenders. First off, does Daisy Circuit count? It's got circuit in the name, so I'm going to say yes. Daisy Circuit would definitely be high up there. You know I'm going to embarrass myself by saying Mario Circuit 3 is high up there. It's literally one of my... If you watch my ranking courses, you might know that that's up there for bullshit reasons. I'd say those two are contenders. Mario Circuit 3 and Daisy Circuit. Otherwise, other contenders would be N64 Mario Raceway and N64 Luigi Raceway and Wii U Mario Circuit. Those are all pretty solid courses. Let's get to some other comments. Poggers says Rosalina. Cool Monkey says from every game, fair. Fan of Yoshi says I'd rather be Yoshi. Amen to that. Honestly, I'd rather be Daisy if we're calling it up to the Mario Princesses. And if we're calling every Mario character, sure, I'd be a Yoshi. He's adorable. I might have to draw a limit, though. If I catch someone like Wario trying to ride me like a horse, I would be very displeased. Also, yes, I just said that sentence on stream, so have fun with that. You're gonna need the context. Would you rather live in Peach's Castle or the Comet Observatory? I believe we asked this question last time. We'd have to go with Comet Observatory. You get a lot of freedom with that. That's a sentence, fair. I feel like people have asked these questions last stream. That is true, we have, but hey, you know what? If you ask them again, that just means anybody watching this stream who didn't watch the last one is getting the answers. Poggers, who would you pick to live as across the entire Mario franchise? That's a good one. See, okay, Yoshi's a pretty good answer. And I also like Daisy, so that's another good answer. But if I wanted to target a human male among, you know, just because I'm also a human male, I don't know, Luigi seems like a pretty solid option. I mean, yeah, he's got to deal with ghosts and haunted mansions and EGAD pulling him from whatever activity he's doing to hunt those ghosts down against his will. But I don't know, Luigi's also got a really good, strong following. People love Luigi. Keep in mind, Luigi's arguably more popular than Mario is. Who wouldn't want to be a stud like Luigi? Also, come on, have you ever... We've all seen Luigi shirtless. He's a hunk. Luigi is the equivalent to Fogato in Fire Emblem, as in, yeah, he could probably make me gay. Luigi's my gay awakening. Allie says, you look cute in dresses. You look better in them than a lot of people do. You make me, that means a lot to me. If anybody who hasn't seen it is curious, yes, far down in my community posts, you will likely see, well, as early as like last August, you will see some of those pictures. I do have a picture of me dressed in a Daisy cosplay from like maybe last year or the year before. It was sometime, I think I posted it sometime last year. I'm not shy of it. I'm not shy to share that. Would you rather live in Crown City, Salty Speedway, or Shy Guy Bazaar? That also seems like a repeated question. I think I'm gonna go with Crown City because City Guy. Out of context, Baron. Yeah, trust me. I'm waiting for someone to for me to have a following strong enough for people to make compilations of that. Out of context, Burning Baron would be hilarious. Because trust me, there's already some moments from Luigi's Mansion 2 playlist or playthrough that will definitely make some moments. Would you rather marry Daisy or live in the Chow Garden? Oh, dear Lord, you just hit me with that question. Oh no, how do I answer that? You're about to get the most introverted answer you've ever heard. But from choosing between marriage and living in a Chow Garden, I'm picking the Chow Garden. I don't know if that says a lot about me, but bro, are you kidding? If I got to live in a Chow Garden and my job was to take care of them, hell, it doesn't even need to be my job. Oh man, that's a good question, and I love it. I'm sorry, Daisy, but I'm caving. The Chow are just, oh, they're so adorable. Although I do have to weigh the pros, marrying Daisy would offer up for a lot of good adventures. Alright, let's see what else we got. But Poggers, never thought I would not let Wario ride me when I woke up this morning. Also, Pogger, finally, someone telling the truth about Luigi. He's my favorite if you couldn't tell. Yeah, the profile picture does sell it a little bit. Aside from Yoshi, I'd also beat Luigi or Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong would be a solid pick. If Donkey Kong Bonanza is anything to go off of, I could go around just destroying terrain and eating bananas for a living. Not that it's really a living. Lamau. Also, I would pick to live as Mr. L from Super Paper Mario. He looks so cool. Yeah, based on my previous statement, I'm gonna step away from that one, but fair enough. Are you making Mario Circle 1 right now? Yep, I am still very much on that. I'll give a little overview in a second. Fan of Yoshi, I'd live in the Chow Garden. Hell yeah, guys. Are you kidding? I've got my 3+ chows sitting on my bed watching me right now. Oh no, they're conversing. Sorry. The Chow Garden has been my happy place for literally the entirety of 2025. Allie can attest to that. Every time the Devils lose, you send several Chow reaction memes. You're damn right I do. The ghost with the most. Look at it this way. You get married, you have kids, and Chow are basically kids. Valid, yeah, exactly. Okay. Getting married is having kids, but they're kids, and you do get to raise them. The Chow Garden is just getting married without getting married. Screamer Protector, would you rather marry Bowser disguised as Daisy or let Wario? I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't know if I'm gonna say that one on stream, but I'll marry Bowser disguised as Daisy. Okay, like ain't no way I'm letting Wario anywhere near me. That is stranger danger. What kind of conversations are we having right now? What's that? Oh, geez, hold on. There's an ambulance at the building across from me. I noticed that there was some blue flashing in my room, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And there's an ambulance across the street. Okay. Would you rather have a spot that grows every year, and if you scratch it, you die, or have a chin that would destroy a million galaxies if you move an inch? What kind of question is that? I could either be responsible for galactic genocide unintentionally if I just so much as move, or literally have an itchy spot that will kill me. You know, this one's gonna sound cliche, but I think I would rather sacrifice myself than potentially put millions upon millions of lives at risk. So, to anybody who cares about me, I'm very sorry, but I'm saluting you and I'm bowing out saying, if I scratch that itch, it's been great knowing you all. I'm thankful I'm not in that position. Chat's unhinged today, I love it. Poggers, I would rather have the death chin. I would basically be Thanos. We're on different levels here. This is solid out of context combo. Yep. Amen. Chat, you are unhinged and I love it. It's a good thing I'm not big enough for YouTube to sit there and say, hey, yo, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that. They're too busy, I don't know, bowing to Nintendo's will and catching anybody using Mario's name in a video. I don't know. They're probably too busy informing Nintendo ninjas that someone named their dog Mario. And the Nintendo ninjas are probably proceeding to put that dog down as we speak. Nintendo when the Italians named their kids Mario. I know it's not true. I'm definitely blowing this out of proportion, but let's be real. Nintendo would be the kind of people to think, hey, we've got a monopoly on the name Mario, and, you know, where did the name Mario come from? The Italians. So, Nintendo's got that ego, and I think that ego needs to be deflated last year when they revealed the Switch 2's price. And when they thought they could charge $10 for the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. You do not charge people for a tech demo. That is ego in a nutshell. I also don't own it, so I can say these things, because to hell with that. Also, I'm not interested in a tech demo that's basically a glorified tutorial. Wii Sports was a tech demo, packaged for free with the Wii. That's how you do it. Reggie Fils-Aimé, come back, please. We had like how many years of some guy named Bowser sitting at the throne of Nintendo of America? The most Doug Bowser did was have the surname Bowser, earn himself a few jokes, and then left. Tell me what Doug Bowser did while he was the US Nintendo of America president. Mario Maker fanatic. Would you rather date Daisy but she breaks your heart? Best friend, but it never becomes a relationship. I think I would want to be her best friend and it never becomes a relationship. Because, like, she looks like she feels like she would be the most solid buddy ever. Like, she's the kind of girl, like, if you have dating problems, she would be like, okay, let me break it down for you. And then she breaks it down for you, and it's like, dude, she's a homie. Daisy seems like she would be a homie. Also, that, you know, frees me up for other people. Fan of Yoshi. Would you rather be forced to draw a character you hate or get a copyright strike? Bro, are you kidding? I'll draw a character I hate any day of the week if it avoids getting a copyright strike. This is tame compared to a friend's stream chat where he played the KFC dating simulator. I don't know if I want to know what that is. On the other hand, that sounds hilarious. Poggers, I feel like this stream is way more unhinged than last stream. It really is. Keep in mind, though, that look at the progress. Look at this, guys. We got like half the track done. Nintendo Screamer Protector. Nintendo be 360 no-scoping anyone with an M in their name. I'm halfway to death because I have an M and an A in my name. Fan of Yoshi. I didn't even keep up with that much in Reggie Fils-Aime's time. I mean, I saw that titles passed by, worked on a few pages on Mario Wiki during 2018 and 2019. That's about it. Yeah, fair. Draconic James, would you rather eat 5 cloves of garlic or a raw onion like an apple? I mean, if Wario can do the garlic, so can I. I think I'll take the garlic. It would taste terrible and my breath would be like... I would need to brush my teeth like maybe 10 times within the day just to get the garlic stench out. But I ain't touching them. You know, not ever really like onions. 5 cloves of garlic every day, yep. I did hear and see a bit of Reggie Fils-Aime, but yeah. OMG, it looks so great. Thank you. So lucky not to have an M in my name. Yeah, I have an M and an A. Luckily, I don't have an R, I, and an O in the rest of my name, if you want to talk about my full name. But I'm still, like, you know, if we're talking about my shortened name, I'm roughly 55 to 66% dead. Once again, hope you guys enjoy my company while it lasts. Because judging by the 2 options I've just picked for anything, like, I'm about to either get 360 no-scoped by Nintendo ninjas, or die because I scratched an itch. I can't die yet. This idea hasn't even flown high enough yet. Mario Circuit 1's not even done. I ain't going anywhere. Let's see what other comments we got. It looks so accurate. Wow, I can't wait to see the other tracks in the future if this one is this good. Look, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Well, okay. I'm not going to sell myself too short. People seem, you guys did seem to compliment the other tracks I did on the other server. So I have confidence that I can do justice to these tracks. SNES and GBA might turn out a little bit better on the grounds that I can follow a tile by tile pattern. But again, other tracks might look just as good. Who knows? There are so many tracks I've never built. Oh, I have built TikTok Clock before, and that one actually turned out really good. You know what? I won't sell myself short. I think I can do a pretty damn good job. So all that's left is to prove it. That's a lie, I know your last name. Oh shit. Yeah, if we want to go that far into a full name, yeah, I might be more than 50% dead. 80? Yeah, 80. But we're not gonna get into that. Allie, you be quiet. Cool Monkey Official, would you rather lose your computer or your family? I would rather lose my computer. That's no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. Honestly, I respect the question, but that's a no-brainer, my friend. If I were to pick between my family and losing my computer, that's not even a question I have to debate. Let's not put human lives on the line in favor of a computer. Again, respect the questions, but strong answer inbound. I have an M, A, I, and an R, so I'm cooked. You and me both, brother. I'll see you in the afterlife. Actually, if I see you in the afterlife, that could potentially be the first time I see you. In person, at least. Keep in mind, I don't think I've seen anybody... Well, I mean, no, I have not seen anybody online in person. Screen Protector, I'm 33% dead. I have an A and an I in my name. Cool Monkey Official, also my battery died. RIP. I don't know what this letter stuff is. Yeah, we're saying that the Nintendo Ninjas would snipe anybody with an M in their name because Mario apparently has the letter M trademarked. So, I'm dead. 80% of the... I'm 80% dead. The only thing that's left of me is maybe my torso. And I say that because if I was to pick any part of my body that would be left over, I would say my arms. I'd say that's like Actually, no. My arms are so scrawny they barely qualify for 10% of my body. 20% of my body would probably be my arms and maybe my shoulders. I don't want. Honestly, I don't think I wouldn't necessarily say my face is beautiful enough to keep. I'm not saying I'm ugly, but I'm not saying I'm a looker either. But I'd say I'm average. I look a lot better in cosplay, that's for certain. If we go full government name, I have all letters except for M. Hey, well, you're 80% screwed too, so I'll see you there too. Yeah, if we go by full government names, I'm still 80% and I'm still missing an I. Would you rather live on a stranded island for 5 years with rabid dogs and get $1 million, $100 million, or go to prison for 10 years and get $50 million? Well, in prison, my chances of dying are slightly less than being stuck on a small island with a rabid dog, so I think I'll go to prison. My crime? Too much Mario Kart. No, you know what? My crime? Going 150 in a 50cc zone. Going 200cc in a 50cc zone. Going mirror mode in a 150cc zone. No, going mirror mode in a 50cc zone. If I see you in person, I'm dragging you to a hockey game. That's fine, because if I see you in person in Canada, I'm dragging you to Fan Expo. Deal? Cool Monkey Official. I have an A and an O in my name. How cooked am I? 40%. Because there are 5 letters in Mario, and five numbers of equal proportions into 100% is 20. So you are 40% cooked. I feel bad for anybody who's named Mario. Poggers. I wish you had memberships. I would join instantly. Here's the thing. I am not ready to accept people giving me money for what I do. I know that's part of the point, but, like, I'm a standard human being. I'm not anything too special. I should not be asking people to give me money for what I'm doing. I'm having fun with you guys, and you guys deserve to have fun with me. Once YouTube starts paying me, maybe. But right now, and for as long as it happens, you guys get this content for free. That's probably not a very good business strategy, but I'm not as proper businessman. I am a human. And I have compassion and human decency. You guys are worth it. Plus, you guys are having fun. I'm having fun. Mario Circuit 1 is being built, and there's a pig over there. What more do we need? You're looking mighty tasty right about now. That's also because I'm hungry. I don't think you guys understand how far I'm willing to go with this particular joke. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, here we go. I'm also going to need... Aha! I'm gonna need some of this. And, I'm not looking at chat until I've done this joke, okay? So, if anyone's gonna react, now's the time. Oh, that's what a sword looks like. That's not a sword, that's an axe. Come here, bacon! Might need a little bit more coal. Yeah. Wait, no, we're good, we're good, we're good. Infinite pork chops. Okay. Okay, let me get back to comments. What's your favorite track in all of Mario Kart? Bro, you've already asked that this stream. You asked that like a little while ago. Respect the question, but you already asked that. Would you rather grow a toenail that can be used as a sword or a chin that can be used as an axe? That's an awkward one. On all fronts, I am a swordsman. So the sword as a toenail is like, yeah, because it's a sword. However, it's on my foot. That's not going places. On the other hand, axes would be my second choice of weapon because in Fire Emblem, I am a hero / mercenary promote. Therefore, I would have a proficiency in axes. I'd probably go with the axe chin. At least then I can chop down trees more efficiently. Alright, let's get some of this dirt done before I go back to the road. I would like to believe that talking a lot with you guys and answering your questions is a good thing to do while I'm doing the dirt, but the road needs a little bit more focus. I respect that. Too many people nowadays are greedy and mean to their fans. Thanks for being a good person. I appreciate that, and you're welcome, because again, that's just, again, how I was raised. And I pray on my whole life that I never forget that. I have to admit, there are times where I'm going to have to think about finances and stuff, but I don't want to sacrifice my integrity and my humanity for that sake. I already damn well feel like corporations do that enough as it is. Especially in my position. Like, I'm gonna cautiously give some insight to my job. I feel like, so I do the prep work at my restaurant. I get everything set up for lunch in the morning. I start at like 6 to 7 every morning, and I get stuff set up. I get all the products ready, I pull buns, well, I pull buns in the afternoon. But I get everything ready for our lunch menu. It's not a hard job for me because I've made a routine out of it. The problem comes with the expectations that whenever new tasks need to be added, the expectations are that those tasks can be added and I still get everything done in the same amount of time. I have, from on a normal day, 7 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning to get everything done, which is not unreasonable. I can do it. But there are some things that don't always need to happen. Like, I don't always need to drop things for our bakery, like our muffins and stuff. But whenever I do, the expectations are that they can drop that on me and everything else will still get done in the same amount of time. If extra jobs that even aren't my responsibility come up, they are also expected to be put onto my plate with everything else being done in the same amount of time. They are also just thrown on there with the expectations of, well, it's just a part of your job. Cleaning up after everybody else is not a part of my job. I would like to say that, and thank you very much. All right, add our username somewhere on the track. You know what? I will put a sign up. I will put a sign up somewhere that says, like a special thanks to everybody who contributed to streams. Add signs with our usernames as a little shout out. Yeah, absolutely. Mario Kart Fanatic has 2 retracted messages. I should probably be more on the ball. I promise by the end of this stream, whenever that is, I will put a sign. I will put a sign for everybody. That includes everybody who is currently in this stream or was in this stream. There are, as far as I'm concerned, 9 people watching, but I don't know if I have 9 people commenting. Don't think I didn't see that. They're just spawning. You know what though? The lack of grass is also helping negate some of the spawns. I have been given drawings on my Discord. Which of your OCs would you marry? Okay, so that has an answer that I don't know if I should be proud of or not. So my character canonically does have a partner, or not a partner, a spouse. over the course of time, my character and my character Stacy are a couple. So, technically speaking, she would be the answer. I have to say that very cautiously, though, because she is not a real person and I am. So, again, caution. Fan of Yoshi. Random topic. I wish there was an episode of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog that forced Coconuts to reconsider his entire existence and slowly come to terms with not only did Dr. Eggman not care about him, but also his repeated attempts at ending Sonic were wrong. I didn't watch that cartoon. I've never seen it, so I'd have to look into that. Not trying to start drama. I don't want to say that would be the same person. I hope it's not at least. Mario Maker Fanatic has been proven to be a relatively fine person in this chat, so I don't want to say that there's any worry. Not yet, at least. You're retracting a lot of messages and repeating a lot, but I don't see that as offensive or problematic right now. Ali, yeah, my persona is married to another OC, and I say it with pride, so say it with pride. Hey, my OC is married to one of my OCs, so let's go with it. All right, track business. The straightaway stretches on the left side all the way up to the next green part, like right here. So let's do that, because this is a very open turn on the end here. Now it's gonna start curving and oof, that's a big straightaway. Okay. You should try Epic Edit. It's very easy to learn software where you can make your own SNES tracks. I'll consider some of this stuff. Right now, I just want to keep what's on my plate before I start adding more stuff. Cool Monkey Official. One of my OCs has a child. You know what? That's valid. I've also kind of dabbled with that idea. First things first, I need a snack, and it's a good thing too, because I have cookies right beside me. Again, once I end up doing Miitopia, I will talk a lot more about my OCs, because you'll be introduced to at least 10 of them. Technically 7, because 3 of them are more or less also based off of real people who are my best friends. Mario Maker Fanatic, I didn't do anything. I trust you, dude, because so far you haven't been doing anything wrong in this stream. So I feel like it might be some other person. Let's roll with that to avoid drama. I know you don't want to start any, and I agree. Let's not do any of that. The hell was that noise? Oh, sorry. The cookies are relatively close to my mic. I apologize for that. Okay. How many tiles is it from the next straightaway to the dirt? Oh, I got Madrid Drive. Oh, I forgot Madrid Drive is another really good song. Okay. So the straightaway starts it starts straightening out. I would say roughly, I'm going to say at the second green block on the bottom. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 patches of dirt until then. So, let's see, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is how we get these SNES tracks done. You gotta map it all out. Okay, so right here is where it starts to straighten out. The road starts to straighten out. So let's connect. At least try to connect. So I'm gonna say, let's do 3, 2. Oh. That happened a lot faster than I was anticipating. Well. Works for me. Smudgers, hello. Thank you. I'm sure you've already seen the post, but yeah. Hey, Smudgers, here you go. This is the overview you need. Cool Monkey Official. If you were doing Mario Kart 8 version of N64 Rainbow Road, the city below would be a pain. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I hate to break it to anybody who wants that, but we're not doing that. I'm sticking with the OG N64 Rainbow Road on the grounds that A, that is my one of my favorite Rainbow Roads, and B, the OG just looks nicer in my opinion. All right. I know I said let's work on the road, but I just want to get rid of some of these accidental patches of openness that I created. All right. And then I'll just do this. Solid progress. I'm not entirely sure if we'll finish the entire thing in this stream, but we're making some solid ass progress. So before the stream ends, I will be sure to make a sign of everybody who is present. Alley Cat, in a few minutes I'm going to go silent for a bit. Another stream that I mod for is going live, but I'll still be here. Awesome. Mario Maker Fanatic is still retracting a lot of messages. I just saw that one. Superflat is making this much easier. Absolutely it is. Again, we're not going to start any drama here. So let me just continue on with this road. So we're going on to another diagonal section, which is going to be tricky. So let me see. The straight little spot here, I would say goes until the next third red block. So that would be right about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do that. And then we'll do this. So this is the bottom straightest portion of the map. Or at least for this curve. But the entire other section above it is like curving much straighter, and like this turn is very fast, so. Jewel Pro is streaming soon. Looks like I gotta multitask. Do what you gotta do, brother. I know Jewel Pro is also like pretty much bigger than I am, so don't hesitate. Let's see. How many? Okay. So it's not gonna line up perfectly, but if we were to go up to right here, then the concrete would roughly go about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is roughly where it would stop going down and start going up on the diagonal. So let's do that. Let's do that. We probably need to make a little bit of room. So let's do that. Yeah, it's looking a little awkward here, so that should do. That should do much better. It gives me space to do the white and red lining. Mario Maker Fanatic, what's up, man? Keep retracting all your messages. Am I reading them too late? I'm sorry if that's the case. I gotta look at chat a little bit more now. Whoop. As long as you're just not toying with me, you know? That's all. I don't, like, I've already had trolls in chat before, and that was on Halloween, and that was not good. They were throwing slurs in. That's why I don't stream on Halloween anymore. Alright. Yeah, I think, oh yeah, no, we're almost done with the light gray concrete, so maybe I should actually go back to the starting line and do that so I can remove it from my inventory. That would free up a little bit of space. Not much, but it's not like I'll be needing it after that. I'll just leave if I start issues. Dude, right now you're good. As far as I know, there is no problems. That's all I'm gonna say. Have you considered adding those spontaneous P-switch mission races on the map? I mean, I could put P-switches in and around. They won't trigger a mission, but nice little decorations. Keep in mind, though, that this is not based off of Mario Kart World's map. This is my map. So that would result in possibly making completely new ideas for P-switch missions. Another thing I could do is if I ever do open this up to other people, I would want to make it so that if it's a showcase, people can't build or destroy. It's a showcase, so ain't no way I'm just going to let any random person on and they start breaking things. Especially if I actually succeed with this project. By the way, expect a stream this Saturday for, or at least if this Saturday is when they do the Pac-Man Festival for Mario or Sonic Racing Cross World, expect some of that. How, bro, you're one tiny sheep. What do you mean? Don't give me that look. How will the star thing look like? Star thing? Like the Rainbow Road connections? I don't know. Okay. Second, the red stripes, the red and white stripe thing starts roughly around here. So, red, white, red. All right. Red, white, red, white. It will go just beyond here, so let's just give it a start. They actually fling slurs. Yes, they did. Is that what happened? Yeah. Well, they were speaking slurs in the stuff. Oh, the Rainbow Road portals. Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay, so I'm seeing how things are going here. So, that's a good question. I think I'll probably start tackling those when I actually get around to building them, but I can imagine making like a rainbow bridge that would drive all the way up to the roads. It would be pretty big, but those would look really nice, I believe. Yeah, that's another thing I do have to fix up on that map is just the rainbow stars. But it's the map is looking pretty nice. Honestly, again, within this week, I'm hoping to get those 2 videos out. Episode 4 of Chow World, or the Community Chow Garden, the next follow-up for the Mario Maker map, and I would really like to get the Mario Kart Tour ranking video up. But that one's going to take a little bit more effort because I still need to get the music and I need to record the footage. I've only really done the ranking itself. But I need the course footage because I don't want to just show the ranking the whole time. So that's probably going to be the most amount of work I have to put in out of all 3 of these videos. But know that the Chow Garden has to take priority right now because as per my poll, a few people wanted to see that, so I have to be fair and I have to deliver on that front. So I'm hoping to at least get 2 to 3 videos out this week, hopefully. This stream was a result of because this is fun. I still wanted to do this, and I have the time. It's only Monday, but I don't want to get too comfortable. I have a dentist appointment on Wednesday, but that's in the afternoon. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning, but that's a phone call, and that won't take very long. So Thursday and everything starting Wednesday, I'm relatively free after a certain point. I do have a few other plans for tomorrow, I believe. So I don't know if I'll do any more streams tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow I would like to do some work on videos, so we'll see. I know I'll stream the Pac-Man festival whenever that goes live, which I want to guess is this week because I learned they just dropped today that Pac-Man will be released in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds on the 7th. Wait, so like in Color Splash? Yeah, think the road that leads to Black Bowser's castle in Color Splash. Fan of Yoshi. I will admit I have a tendency to joke about slurs without saying them directly. However, there is a point where I do have to draw a line. Absolutely. Are you going to make the rainbow roads in the end dimension? No, they will actually be hovering above the map. Unlike Mario Kart World, my rainbow roads will be connected. Same with the Bowser's Castle. Cool Monkey Official. I hate it when sheep just eats your grass, especially when you need it. Yep. No, my jokes never endorse the slurs themselves. Good call. I think one of the retracted messages... Whoa, hey, guys. Cool it. That was not on you, Poggers. Let's... Okay, no, we're not starting drama. We don't need to start anything. He said we'll let the guy do what he does. I don't need to... We're not going to start anything here. We're chill. Look at that. I've done way more than I'm giving myself credit for. Holy shit. Don't worry about it. Let the guy do what he wants. He's not disrupting me. If he's not disrupting anybody else, then I say we're in the clear. All right. Let's go back to the starting line because I do want to just kind of get rid of the white concrete or the light gray concrete. So let's see. Okay. This will be easy. The starting line is approximately 1 block long, so it's a little small, but that's fine. So how many light gray sections are there? There's 1, 2, 3. I'm losing count as I scroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7. So let's just go with that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is where the light gray concrete bit ends. This is where we will not need any more of it. Oh, hey. The dirt's already here. All right. Progress. Once I'm done with all this white concrete, I can just dip it out of my inventory. Not like there's really much else I need to put in for Mario Circuit. Aside from when I eventually start doing the starting banner. But right here, right now, I don't really need any other spot in my inventory. I should probably keep something in there, though, so I avoid picking up something random from anything else. The one thing about Mario Kart World's new little remixes for routes is that they have such... They have ending points, and they go all out and wild and new for, like, midway into the song. So it's like, once those parts start, it's like, what am I listening to? And then I remember it's Moo Moo Farm. The track that should have been. We all know it. Whoops, not that one. All right, I will probably also do the little driver starting points as well, once I figure out where those go, and I'll probably make those out of white concrete, or even just carpet, really. That wouldn't be too bad. Because they could just sit over top of the concrete. They don't need to take up a full spot. OG Maple Treeway, or the Mario Kart 7 version, they're practically the same anyway. Don't get comfortable, you guys. The moment I replace all this with dirt, you guys aren't going to be around. Look at all this pavement. What are you going to do? Eat the concrete? Please don't eat the concrete. It's probably not good for people. I'm back. Hello. This track is looking great. Good job. Thank you very much. All right. So we're almost done with the, yeah, okay. So we, like, literally, I am looking at this and I think we could probably get it done. I just need to lock in, baby. Moo Moo Farm was originally going to be in Mario Kart World, but Nintendo replaced it with Moo Moo Motos for some reason. Yeah, if we look, there's the whole thing about the internal file data for some of the stickers that indicate some of the other tracks that were possibly supposed to be in there. Is that a lead? That's a leash just sitting on the ground. Okay, fine. I'm gonna end up running into it anyway. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna put the gray concrete in my inventory anyway, just to keep it here. And I'm gonna use this just in case I ever make a little mistake and I need to refill it in. You're sorry? That's okay, dude. Don't worry. Again, I trust that you guys are all pretty chill, and I don't believe that anybody here is intentionally stirring up trouble. That looks so dumb. This thing is so zoomed out it can barely take on most of the map. That's okay though. I'll make smaller ones, I guess. Maybe. Okay, let's focus more on the road. Okay. So, first off, I'm gonna crack open my water bottle because I'm thirsty again. Okay. So the one thing about this next diagonal is that one of them is much sharper than the other. I would say that the first diagonal going upward, leading up to the top portion of here, is kind of similar to the one above, but the one coming next, that one's way steeper. Black Lion is back. Awesome. Do I think I'll be able to start Mario Circuit 2 in the same stream? If I am, it's mostly just the outline. If I am capable, the outline would probably be about the most I can start doing. And that would be about it. Mario Circuit 2 would then become the central focus of the next stream, which will be located just over there. And the fun part about that is that we're going to be able to create a routing road from Mario Circuit 1 to Mario Circuit 2, which will likely be within this area. Okay. But if we want that to happen, we have to get this track done first. So Black Lion, welcome back. We have created a large portion of Mario Circuit 1 if you need to have a nice look at it. We just need to do this final turn and then we're good. I wish you can delete other people's comments. I don't think you need to do that. That's really not your place to do. Alright, so let's start going upward. I'll be listening while I play the Elder Scrolls V Skyrims on my Switch too. Sounds good, bud. Okay, so I'm gonna say we'll do one more piece of straight here just to kind of give us some room. And then I think now we're gonna start doing an upward diagonal. How did I do it over here? What did I start with necessarily on a turn? I would say that there might have been, okay, there's at least one or two. Let's see. Let's explore and experiment first. I think that's the most we can really do. So, it's gonna start turning, let's see. Okay, so it starts to straighten out a little bit in between two blocks. I'm gonna roughly estimate it's going to be around the first green block. Let's see. Okay, so it's the second green block row from this side. So right around here is when it's gonna start doing its downward curve. SNES Rainbow Road SNES Rainbow Road's music is peak. It's pretty damn good. And let's see, how many dirt blocks are located here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is where it's gonna start curving downward. So I'll do is I'll start building diagonal road going down, and I'll see where this ends up. Because this is definitely going to be a road that's more on par with how that other one looks. It's the kind of mistake I was talking about. But I'm wondering if we're going to reach there beforehand. So let's make this a 3. Make that a 3. Let's make that a 2. 2. 2. I see. Okay, I have an idea. This is an easy fix. Make that a 3. And then just start replacing. Who's your biggest fan? Oof. Hey man, I don't know. There's a distinction between fan and friend too. I honestly couldn't say I have a biggest fan. I have close friends that I've been friends with even before I was doing YouTube. But you guys are all, like again, a lot of people here have been hanging around. So I wouldn't say I have a biggest fan yet. Especially considering that this Mario Kart stuff is about where the peak of my attention started really shining through. Let's see. I think it would be roughly about maybe 4 or 5 spaces of straightaway here. Let's do 5 just to be safe. I used to defend... Oh, Smudgers, do you plan on adding the battle courses from Mario Kart World that aren't just pre-existing tracks? I didn't really take those into consideration when I went about my Mario Kart follow-up video today. Let that be a spoiler. We took care of a lot of battle tracks. Basically all of them. I really don't know. It depends on how much space I can free up for some of them. Like, DK's Pass and Mario or Dino Dino Jungle might be feasible. Moo Moo Meadows would technically just be within itself. Chain Chomp Desert is practically Thwomp Desert, so I'm kind of treating them as the same. And I have not played on Salty Salty Speedway enough to really know it. And Peach Stadium is just freaking Paperclip Stadium, so screw that. I used to defend Cars 2 very aggressively and excessively to the point where one of my former online friends couldn't take it much more and blocked me without warning. Needless to say, I learned my lesson the hard way. You know what? That's like a bit of a mixed situation. I think there's a fine line between being passionate about something and maybe going overboard. But I also believe that when you're passionate about something, you just need to find the right crowd of people who would accept that. Yeah, I was kind of toxic about it, but in retrospect, the first Cars was still better than Cars 2, and the one I love is the most of the trilogy. That's fair. You know what? The important thing about being passionate is also knowing when to just leave it be for a bit. Like, I'm passionate about a lot of things. Ali has seen a lot of my Chow stuff. My brother has to hear a lot about it, but I frequently apologize for it. As a matter of fact, I have always loved the first one the most. The first Cars was really good, don't get me wrong. I do much love that. Okay, so what else do I want to achieve here? I think, so that's a 3. This is also 3, so let's do that. The thing is, this turn is also significantly wider on the bottom. So maybe what we need to do is we need to make this also a 3, and then we'll start doing 2. And that's gonna go... See, there's a long ways away from the wall to this in particular turn. So... Goomsalotl, yo, I'm back. How far have you gotten? Here you go, my friend. Goomsalotl. If you want a nice big overview, here it is. Smudgers, T40, where will Battle Course 4 be located? Alright, spoiler alert. I'm placing that right in the dead center of the Mario circuits. Battle Course 4 is going to be right in the middle, and that one will be easy because it's literally just a square of pavement. Oh wow, that's a lot, yep. Fan of Yoshi? For Cars 2, it was not so much a passion as much of a refusal to accept the fact that the movie was poorly received, which was directly challenged by preconceived assumption I had about it. Fair. Look, there are some things I want to admit to. I don't want to admit to. Paper Mario Origami King is significantly more popular than I want to give it credit for. I'm still a classic Paper Mario fan, but Color Splash was another game I had to swallow my opinion on. Is it a great game? For Paper Mario standards and for classic Paper Mario standards, no. Was it fine on my next playthrough? Yes. Poggers, if you had to pick one Mario Kart World track to be remade in the next game, which track would you pick? Probably Whistle Stop Summit. I really like that one. Yoshi, fan of Yoshi 2238, I do genuinely regret having gone that overboard about the movie in the past, and part of me wish the other person didn't block me, but yeah, thank you for understanding. Dude, of course. That's the point. That's what we want to do here. Okay, let's just keep going straight up and see how far this goes. Hold on. We might want to do one more 3. Wait, do we? Yeah, because now, okay, yeah, we were going to want to do that. Let's just go until the road meets as close up as possible. And then I'll see about how I'm going to tackle that downward curve. Because if I'm going to be 100% honest, turns are the hardest part about making any Mario Kart map in Minecraft. You tried doing a curve when the entire world is a square. Y'all flat earthers want to admit to anything? Yeah, Minecraft worlds are flat. Okay, now... Yeah, honestly, I would say it's pretty good. That might be... let's build the curve first, and then we'll find out. Cool Monkey Official. I've played every Mario Kart game except for the Grand Prix to the arcade titles, yeah. Smudger, sorry, didn't mean to ask about spoilers. Hey, dude, don't worry about it, because, like, it's kind of inevitable. It's already been made, so, and let's be 100% honest, I think a lot of the locations for battle tracks are going to be very obvious. There are only a few surprises. Fan of Yoshi. I mean, I'm not necessarily asking for other people's forgiveness, but at least they acknowledge my change of heart. Valid. Meering5298, I am not reading that. It's not a bad comment, it's cringe. We'll fix that later. In other words, this is I would say this is looking pretty okay. The road's not the issue, it's doing the dirt at the same time. It's just kind of boring. But that does give me a lot more time to talk to people. No, it is not. Maybe for you it isn't, but as somebody who is 30 years old, who grew up with different memes, it's kind of cringe to me. But hey, to each their own. If you want to say it, go ahead, but I just don't really think it's necessary, or it's not the kind of meme that I would indulge in. Again, I think we discussed this last time, but we don't need to discuss it again. Guys, we have a brain rot kid in our stream. I'm not gonna judge just off of one thing. I'll let you, if you guys want to converse about that, you can, but again, I'm gonna try to keep it as peaceful as possible. Smudgers, are you gonna add Mario Kart live home circuit tracks to your map? Troll face. See, here's the funny thing about that. I can't. I don't own Mario Kart Live home circuit. And if I did, well, that's just me building my apartment. Which I'm not going to do. But I like the joke. I had to go along with that one. Cool Monkey Official, back to the steel, the brain run. Oh wait, you broke your iPad. Yeah, guys, let's not feed into it. Whether it's a troll or not, we don't need to feed into it. If it's not a troll, fine. Again, I'm going to do my best to keep it as peaceful as possible without being a bossy person. That's also another problem with me, I think, is that I don't know if I have a spine or not, or if I show it, but I try to take as many peaceful ways out of things as I possibly can, and I try to avoid conflict. I have to understand that there will be times where I won't be able to do that, but if I can help it, dude, of course I'm going to try to take a peaceful way out. Alright. These guys are going to be spawning a lot inside of the Mario circuit because that's got to remain as grass. Oh well. Finish up as much of this as we can. Again, I'm pretty... Ooh, it's 7:20. I don't know if I want to go till 8:30 like I did last time, but at the very least this time is riddled with actual progress. I also don't know... Okay, I don't know when I'll stream it next, but I will... Again, we'll see about getting one more within the week, but that's really dependent on how much my other work can go. And when the Pac-Man Festival happens. If it doesn't even happen this week, fine, but I'm anticipating that it will. And if, like, the Pac-Man Festival will happen regardless. If it doesn't happen this week, we might be able to squeeze another Minecraft stream on the weekend. Otherwise, I do want to do the Pac-Man Festival. It's just so annoying. Yeah, it's fair. I believe you can turn off mob spawning. Yeah, I can. I'm turning every SNES track into a desert/volcano track in Epic Edit. Dude, that's what I would love to do. Swap track themes. Okay, this is gonna be like a really personal, not personal, but a little. I don't even know if I want to call it a guilty pleasure, but Super Monkey Ball and Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2 are games that I would love to swap the track or the stage themes around. Just because they've already done it in the game with few, and I would like to see more. So swapping SNES themes would also be really cool. Okay, well, let's think. This is definitely going to be a much steeper curve, so it's got to be a 1-block drop. But I think it's going to start with just a few twos. Let's do twos, and then let's start dropping. Not that far. Okay. It even starts. Oh, it starts. Okay. I'm gonna say. Let's see if I can line this up. So, roughly about right here. Whoops. Is when it would start easing up on the steepness of the turn. Poggers, the G-Wall stream will start soon, so I might be silent for a bit. Hope that's okay. That's personally fine. Smudgers, with Mario Circuit 2, do you plan on adding an actual ramp/glider section? I will elevate the ramp because it'll be easier to jump, but it still won't be the most realistic thing to actually be able to jump over. Cool Monkey Official, that's a good idea too. Screen Protector, that's a good idea. Yeah, it is kind of fun, honestly. Okay, let me see how many dirt blocks we have until we start. Okay, so right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we got about 14. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have high doubts that that is going to reach. So let's see. We might need to do some... This might be a 2 upward kind of thing. Let's try that. Even that might be a little too much. Maybe it needs to be a 3. I don't know. Let's just try to get down there first. Let's see just how far we can go before it starts incorrectly overlapping. And that would be right now. Okay. So we're gonna need to be even. We're gonna need to go even steeper, and perhaps start here. Let's try this. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, now let's try doing some 2s. Now let's finish off with some 3s. I mean, it looks a little messy if I'm going to be 100% honest. But I don't. Okay, I would ideally like to end it off on a 2. So let's see what we can do about that. I think we can work with that. Cool Monkey Official. Oh, hold on. Okay. Again, we're going to avoid drama. I don't think Poggers has been doing anything wrong, and I don't think you, Mario Maker Fanatic, has been doing anything wrong. Alright, Cool Monkey Official. After the one guy requested to make this a Minecraft map, I never thought it would happen, but somehow it did. Hey man, I guess I'm also insane. Okay, Screamer Protector, I have to go now. Don't forget to add me on the sign. Absolutely. Don't worry. I think I'll give it another hour. I'll give it till 8 o'clock and then I'm going to call it. So I don't know if we'll get to start on Mario Circuit 2, but I know damn well we have a chance at finishing at least the road of Mario Circuit 1. So I will make sure I go through comments to give people the credit for tuning in. So don't worry. So let's now start on the other side of the road, because this has also got to be pretty steep. And it's going to kind of be the same deal. I just don't know how we're going to do this one. Let's try doing the same thing. So let's do, yeah, we did one more. Let's do that. Let's make this a 3, actually. Make this a 2, and this a 1. We might actually need to go a little bit more. So let's do this, 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 this. Whoops. Finicky stuff, aren't you? Okay. I still think this needs to be a little bit longer. Yeah. We gotta make sure there's enough road space. Let's try this. Oops. I think it might work. Mario Maker Fanatic, not much starting drama, I'm telling the truth. He's the troll. Trust me, I did nothing. Trust me. Okay, look, I'm just going to say that both of you are perfectly fine right now. We're going to leave it at that. I don't necessarily... I'm going to be honest, I don't believe him when he says you're a troll. But I also... No, that's it. I just believe that you are both perfectly fine. Smudgers, I thought that in Mario Kart World, the tribute track should have been GBA tracks, given we didn't get any in the track selection. We should have just gotten GBA tracks. Honestly, I would have probably... Okay, let's put it this way. If we had so many tribute tracks, why did we need Koopa Beach 2 instead of no GBA tracks? Why couldn't that have been Cheap Cheap Island? Rip my mind tomorrow. So I have school. That sucks. Yeah. See, I'm not in school, but I can feel for you guys. Hell, last night I had a dream I was back in, I think, what, college or high school or something? Which was weird because I didn't know any of the people there. And they just happened to know me somehow, and I'm like, what? Right. Gotta line her up. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Because this has got to be 3. My dreams are weird, mainly because I'm on anti-anxiety medication. So they're really fun, but they are weird. This is actually looking to be pretty damn accurate. Yeah, honestly, I think this is just about good. Poggers, look, I'm just pointing. Someone had the same name, but there's no confirmation that this is the same person. And I'm gonna, right now, I'm gonna believe that it's not the same person. So, let's just leave it at that. You guys are both fine. Okay, more on this. It's a little bit of an, it's a little bit of an ugly turn. But I think it looks okay. Oh, wait, we might be tipping too far. Let me see. We might need to just start doing some like this. So it starts to get straight, on the top it starts to get straight roughly around the middle yellow block. Which 2 GBA tracks would you have wanted in Mario Kart World? Okay. You know what? That's a good one, and I have an answer. Replace Koopa Beach 2 with Cheap Cheap Island, and replace Desert Hills with Yoshi Desert. Is that satisfactory enough? I think that would have been nice. We already have 3 DS tracks. I don't think we needed Desert Hills. Especially considering the other 2 DS tracks we got, which one was fire and the other was okay. 1, 2, 3. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patches of dirt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patches of dirt, and then just put this there. And that's when it starts to be concrete. This is where it starts to straighten out. So now we can start doing a little bit of this, which is immediately going to conflict with the road. So let's do this instead. Oy vey. I think we can make that fly. Cool Monkey Official, these Minecraft streams are so entertaining that I go out of my way to stay up. Hey, I appreciate that. I sincerely do. But at the same time, you don't have to sacrifice too much of your schedule. I do understand that you guys are at a different time zone. Also, this... Wait a minute. This doesn't straighten out here. What am I doing? Actually, I guess I could start doing like this. It's still an awkward turn, and we might be able to clean it up a little later, but let's get the layout down first. This road starts straightening out.
Got any chips I can eat?
No. By the way, several people in my chat said that you're awesome.
Aww. Can I eat some chips now then?
There's the Tostitos, that's about it.
I give you half of those.
The Del Pickle? Yeah, that's because
Can I just have a few of these?
Yeah, you can have a few of those.
Thanks, buddy.
Or you can have...
Matt's so awesome, chat.
Or you can have a cookie. Oh, I just hit my mic, sorry. I was supposed to go to sleep 2 hours ago, but I didn't. Again, if you guys are okay with it, as long as you guys are going to be okay. Okay, let's get back to this. So... Huh. Where am I at here? So let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So yeah, it's gonna start straightening out roughly around this area. I'm gonna say at the first block. So 1, 2. And this is roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 patches of dirt. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then road. And then this is just going to go straight up. Calculations are a mess. Toshiba Desert and Lakeside Park. I'm going to guess that translates to Yoshi Desert. Okay. This is where it now is a little bit awkward for the layout. So let's start with some long, just to kind of reach over there. You know what? I think that's a little better. That looks a little better. All right. Now let's fill this all in. Because we got one turn left, and I'm sure we can make it. We might not be able to get all the dirt in, but the layout of the track itself is the most important thing. All right. Okay. When I first played Mario Kart World, I saw the name Koopa Troopa Beach and was excited, but when I started playing the Shell Cup, I was so confused. Yeah, I don't understand what their deal is with the naming convention of these tracks. Why? You guys knew enough to name Koopa Beach 1 Koopa Beach 1, but not Koopa Beach 2? Like, Nintendo is confusing everybody on their naming conventions here. Also, Mario Maker Fanatic, it's just, he's not accusing you. Just don't worry. No one's being a troll. Just, we can drop it. Digging too deep is going to cause the problem. So let's just leave it at that. No one's doing anything wrong. But if we keep pushing, then it's going to be seen as a problem. So let's just leave it at that. No one's being a troll here. And no one's accusing outright. It's just them thinking of something and there's no proof of it. So it's fine. So, like, that, I don't want to go any further than that. Anyway, back to the track itself. The obvious thing is, if I do become a big YouTuber, I can't avoid stuff like drama like this. Whether it's mine or someone else's, it's gonna happen eventually. But that's okay. That's something I have to be prepared for. And again, right now, I am not in a position to say that anyone's doing anything wrong, so let's just keep it at that. This is why I keep this dirt around. I'm not burying coarse dirt. I want to find it later. Okay. Yeah, I think I got to just like kind of more or less start speeding through this. Not in a messy way, just so I can at least get the layout or the track itself done. We are making some solid progress, you know? This is the part that's kind of annoying because it's still breaking apart dirt, but at least I'm replacing it immediately with the progress. I got that Mario Kart World remix of Sherbet Land. It's so heavenly. Sherbet Land has grown. GCN Sherbet Land is like really snuck up as an S-rank track for me. Especially after I did those rankings, because it's always been one of my favorites. I just needed a bit of a reminder as to why. Alright. 'Alright. 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 I wish you would delete the block along with the grass, buddy, instead of just leaving another block that I still have to destroy. Eat what you want, dude. This dirt's not going to be very tasty for long. Still keeping an eye on chat just in case I miss any comments. Yeah, I honestly, like, I would have wholeheartedly been okay with Koopa Beach 2 if they had done the thing where they merged it with Koopa Beach 1 and made it one track, but they decided no, they weren't going to do that. So now we're stuck with this kind of subpar track that's really small. And while the 5 laps does help its case a little bit, I don't think it does enough, because remember that most routes will, at this current moment, only do 2 laps of the course once you reach there. Which is a good, at least it's an update, but keep in mind that before that, you get to Koopa Beach 2 and you're doing 1 lap of an oval. Just when you thought, like, Baby Park was already kind of bad enough for that. And at least that one was never just 1 lap. It was at least bare minimum of 3 for Tour, 5 for DS, and 7 everywhere else. So, again, Koopa Beach 2 has to have been one of the biggest... Well, not the biggest. I would say that the biggest mistake of a track was Desert Hills, based on how much they degraded it. But, I don't know. Koopa Beach 2 just wasn't the move. Out of everything you could have done and what you've already did. Again, that's why I say a lot of the decisions that went into Mario Kart World felt like we can get away with it on the grounds that it's been too long since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Mario Kart 8, so people are just going to buy it and not care. Incorrect. People are going to care. People want a little bit more thought put into their Mario Kart that they've waited a decade for, okay? And I don't believe that these are the choices that really warrant the price tag. They've already had to release several updates that added features that should have been base. Custom items. And don't even get me started on the stuff that's still missing that they're probably gonna that they're either still working on, which is embarrassing given how long they've been working on this game, or are going to sell us as further DLC that's probably also going to be hella expensive when they decide to drop whatever that's gonna be. So, unfortunately, Mario Kart World is not necessarily making the best name for itself right now. Despite winning an award, which, I don't know, I'm pretty convinced was Nintendo paying the Game Awards to feature it. I can't believe that World would beat out Crossworlds Racing, which has more content and is honestly just as good, if not better. It didn't need a world map to be good. It took the idea of letting you race on different tracks in the same race. Dude, come on. Don't sit there and say that the world map was what got you an award, because it wasn't. It's cool, but it ain't the thing that's getting you the praise here, guys. Draconic James, I'm back. Awesome. Cool Monkey, I thought they would combine them. I really wish they did. This is a fun stream. I hope construction goes smoothly. Thank you, Poggers, and I hope, well, again, everyone here will get featured on a sign that I will put somewhere. It's going to be a small sign, but don't worry. People will be there. All right. Let's finish up this road. We've got like 15 minutes left. I think we can do it. The end is in sight. You know what? Let's finish the road. I don't think it'll take me longer than an extra half an hour, but if I go over by like a few minutes, that's fine. Okay. Let me grab that. So this little straight bit down here goes straight down to the stretches to the second yellow. So right here. Whoops, right here. And that's the wrong block. Perfect. So this is where the straight ends, and it starts to curve back upwards towards the end. And where does the straight end on here? This extends all the way to this, I believe. Is it? Yeah, I would wager it's... Yep. This right here. So I've already got that mapped out. So let's do that. All right, and now we have a perfect connecting point. Let's do some twos. Going, this shouldn't be too hard of a thing to connect. Okay. Let me correct myself on that one. You know what? This should do it. There we go. Perfect. And now we just need to connect the inner part. Bowser's Castle tribute track should have been located in the lava lake surrounding the volcano. Yep. I'm surprised. Like, honestly, again, I don't really know what all went into the decisions of this game, of Mario Kart World, but they were a mix of pretty decent to very questionable. Let's see. On the other side of the road here, the straight stops at around the second green block over here, which is... That does not look correct. So I'm going to extend it one more. Yeah, that looks about right. And then we can start... Nope, like that. Like that. This shouldn't be too hard. This is going to go straight for just a little bit. Is it? Yeah, no, let's just go with it. And then... Yeah, this should be fine. All right, we've got the outline. Everything, now we just need to finish the road, and that's it for the road. We're good. Let's go at it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this. I know this is what a lot of you guys really seemed to enjoy last time, and now that we actually got some solid progress done, I think this is a good start. I'll get to comments in. Well, people thinking Mario Kart 8 tracks will be in the DLC, well, me personally thinks that it'll never happen. I'm mixed on that one. Stuff like Toad's Harbor or like Bone Dry Dunes, I see those as a lot more possible because their anti-gravity is optional. Sunshine Airport is also much more feasible because the only anti-gravity bit didn't really make any difference. It was barely any anti-gravity. It was just a very sloped turn that even Mario Kart World can and probably already has recreated. Hell, Mario Kart DS was doing anti-gravity before anti-gravity was even a thing. So I'm willing to bet that they can alter the physics to make it work. Otherwise, it's like, I kind of would like to see them become retro tracks as well, because that's just kind of how it works. But whatever, if they don't, they don't. I just, again, I want to see a game with the variety of what this ambitious idea is running with. But I don't know if Nintendo's really got the balls to do it. We're almost done, guys. This is it. Just this is all we need to do to get the circuit itself done. I'll probably just spend the last 10 minutes filling in the dirt as a result. And bam. Let's take a big look. Woo! That looks nice. That looks hella nice. Look at that. Pretty one-to-one if you ask me. Yeah, even the sharp turn down here turned out pretty good. The road does get pretty fat at the bottom turn, but I think that's okay. Would you rather anti-gravity or wall riding / rail grinding return in the next Mario Kart? I think I would go with anti-gravity. I still think that that's got so much potential. If not like it's just a cooler mechanic. I think that the skill curve of Mario Kart World is a little too steep for me personally. It's probably because I suck at it, but hey, to each their own, you know? All right. I will say that this is a good spot to put the ending to that portion. So let's start with some dirt. There's no Minecraft. That's no Minecraft. Yeah, looks amazing. Awesome. Thanks, guys. This was just the beginning. We have so many more tracks to cover. But, hey. That's a journey and a half right there. So, I hope we can gain a bigger following for this. Because, again, the bigger the following, the more the devotion, and the more the drive. I don't want to sound like I'm locking this idea behind any sort of wall. But I do want this to be something that is frequently engaged in. So that I'm not just streaming it, no one's showing up, and it's like, okay, so then what's the point? But I think right now I don't have to worry about that. So we'll try our best to keep this consistent. But once I start getting back into my daily stuff, it might prove to be challenging, and it might slow down, but I don't want to give up until... I don't want to give up at all, but hey, we'll see how the future goes. I don't have clairvoyance or future predictions here. I'm not a psychic. I also don't believe in psychics, so. If you can predict the future, bruh, you are wasting your talents on predicting other people's futures. Just, I don't know, predict the future of the world and then keep it to yourself and be scared for it. Or, I don't know, share it. See, the thing about being a psychic is that who's gonna believe you if you are? You're the only one who can prove it. You would need the physical proof in order to buy it. I don't know why I'm ranting on about that. Technically, you haven't finished the track because the Mario circuits are combined. Okay, yes, fair. But let's give myself a little bit of credit here. We did one Mario circuit out of 4 SNES ones. It's a good start. I've also built Mario Circuit 2 before, so that shouldn't be too bad. It's fun. Fun fact, Mario Circuit 2 is the only SNES track to feature a crossroad, like a loop. Like when you jump over it, that's the only part of the track in any SNES track that overlaps itself, where you have to jump over another portion of the track. No other SNES track has that. Excuse me. Yeah, once I'm going to go till 8 o'clock. I think we've done a very fair amount of work for what is effectively the first true chip away at this idea. I said that to sound like a nerd. You know what? I have to respect that. I do the same. I'll be a nerd too. Smudgers, what about the water or underwater driving in the next Mario Kart game? Absolutely. Underwater. I think the the driving on the water was fine, but I think the underwater has more potential for better detailing. Look at how Wario Shipyard turned out. It didn't turn out terribly, but I do think the OG has more going for it because of its underwater details. So I'd have to say, let's go back to underwater driving. In fact, I don't know how much of a bold take this one will be, but don't add DLC to Mario Kart World. Make a new game. Just make a new Mario Kart game from this, And just, I don't know. You can do the overworld map idea. Just learn from what you did this time. I don't think I want DLC for Mario Kart World. I think I would rather see them try again. Learn from the mistakes of this game. Listen to the feedback instead of thinking you're the almighty god of video games and that you know better, and that if people are going to complain, it's their fault for not liking your ideas. Because let's be real, we've already kind of gotten that idea with how they handled the routes. It's like, oh, you didn't enjoy the routes? Play them. We don't care if you enjoyed them. You're going to play them. You're going to like them because this was our idea and we want it to work. Again, I just think Nintendo's gotten a bit of a big ego and they need to be humbled. Remember the signs, of course. If I go to 8 o'clock, I will still build the signs regardless. Don't you guys worry. You guys are getting your credit. It's like having it's like the Patreon list, or the membership list. I don't have either, so we're still gonna do it. It's free membership. The only thing, well, okay. If I wanted to be very specific and very, like, on the dot, the only thing you guys are paying is your time. And while time is valuable, it's also how you choose to spend it. And if you choose to spend it here, then you guys are giving me your time and attention and conversations, and you're getting the content in return. So I'd say that's a pretty fair trade. Okay, so we're done with this, so let's put this away for now. Let's see. I think it would make the most sense. That's natural. I would wager that signs have to be somewhere in here. I could be wrong. I know there's going to be a plus on them because they got, I think they might be, nope. Goat farms? What the hell? What the hell is this? It's got to be in here somewhere. The stick is right there. Here they are. Signs. Let's do a mangrove sign because it's partially red, just like Mario. Oh crap, I'm gonna get sued. So it's gonna be small, but you know what? I have an idea. Four. All right, let's get on with this one. I personally see the open world being done, being a one-off thing that people will end up loving as a weird little thing that happened but never again. That's fair. Draconic James, if you could erase your memory of a game and play for the first time, which game would it be? I think the only game I've ever said that about is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, but I feel like those memories are too precious. I don't know. Goomsalotl, I finished the extra details for the first section of my Minecraft prototype pipeline. Awesome. So let me just scroll into chat and give everyone the proper shoutouts from the very beginning. So we've got... I might need to make multiple signs. I'm also going to need to figure out how much space I have on each row. Alright, let's do one dash. I might need to make multiple signs. I can't scroll any further upward. Okay. All right. I think let's see how that turned out. Oh, jeez. Okay. We're gonna need more. We're gonna need more signs. Let me see. Yeah. So give me a second to redo this one. So I think what we're gonna have to do is everyone's just going to have one line. And we're going to need a lot of signs. Well, I could probably put them all on this podium. Yeah, actually, you know what? I have a better idea. So we'll put... You know what? Let's give everybody their own sign. Why not? I'll decorate this podium with the signs. So... God damn it. There we go. I hope your username... You know what? I might also just shorten them to, like, the base of your usernames, too. Let's try that. Yeah, even that's a little long. Let's just roll with what we got so far. So, from the top. At least as far as I can go. All right. Forgot the space here. There we go. Up next, yep. Some of them might overlap the this limit, but that's fine. Oh, just made it, bud. You are indeed a cool monkey, I can tell you that for certain. Hopefully that's not racist. Alright. Cool monkey. I think I'll just do... No, I'll put the official. Let's see how that works. Ooh, just barely, but sure, that's fine. Whoops. Check. I think I've gotten almost about everybody. Oh! There's another one. I'll just do the name. I want to also stick to the people who have been here for the majority of the stream. Also, once again, I messed this up. Let's see, am I missing anybody? I think I've gotten just about everybody here. Oh, gotta get Draconic James. I'm case sensitive as well. All right. Let's see, I believe I've gotten everybody from the stream that stuck around for a grand majority of it at least. So far it seems so. Ghost with the most did pop in. Yeah, I'll give it to him. He's also one of my mods, so my moderators, so I think it's fair. I'm pretty sure that should just about be everybody. Let me see him. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. I gotta go scrolling for names. I'll just go simple. I hope this fits. We made it. All right, there you go, guys. This is your shout out podium. Oops. This is your shout out podium, everybody. You each get your own sign, and if more people join in, well, more signs will probably get added. In any case, I think that'll be it for this stream. I would like to say that we've done some pretty solid work on, at the very least, we got the road itself of Mario Circuit 1. And next time we'll focus on just filling in the dirt and the extra little details, and then we'll start on Mario Circuit 2, I'm guessing. Or what I probably will want to do is I will probably want to at least outline Battle Course 4 so that I know how much space I need to give each circuit. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed today, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.